how GANs work. So let us now see how the generative adversarial networks are going to work. So let us say we have a Mona Lisa painting. This is a Mona Lisa painting, okay? So which is originally painted by Leonardo da Vinci, right? So now let us say we have a master forger, that is a particular person who is very much efficient in forging a particular image. Okay, so this is actually our original painting done by Leonardo da Vinci, and this is the duplicate painting which is forged or which is created by a particular person, by a master forger. We call him as master forger because he is master in forging these kind of things. Okay, so now to create a duplicate painting which looks exactly like this original painting, what this master forger will do? First of all, what he will do, the master forger is going to learn all the original painting rules and regulations, isn't it? Is how Leonardo da Vinci has painted this particular original image. Okay, now the forger tries to analyze or tries to learn how this original painter has produced this painting. Okay, so by analyzing this image, so that is the reason we kept this one. By analyzing this image, that is, forger is going to analyze this image and he tries to produce this particular image. So what is the aim of forger? The aim of forger is that he does not want this investigator to identify that this image is a forged image. Okay, he wants to fool the investigator to think that this image is actually a original image. So that is the main objective of forger. Okay, so meanwhile, what happens now? What is the work of investigator? The investigator always tries to guess, always try to prove that, okay, this particular image is created by the forger. So what is the main objective of investigator? The investigator's objective is to identify this, but take this image and process this image, and he should tell that this image is actually a forged image, but it is not actually a original image. Okay, so this is actually what investigator and forger are going to do here. Okay, so let us now map this particular analogy, this analogy which we have discussed right now, into the architecture of generative adversarial networks. So if you see, this forger, okay, is the generator network now. Okay, and this investigator is the discriminator network. Okay, so the forger here learns the distribution of the classes, and the investigator, that is the discriminator, learns the boundaries between those classes. Okay, so generator generates the information or data, discriminator tries to analyze this data generated by the generator, and he tries to find out whether the data it is getting from the generator is fake or not fake. Okay, very important point to remember is that the objective of generator, why I am saying these many times, it is very important. The objective of generator is to generate the data and to mimic that this data is actually getting from the original data set. Okay, let us say this is our original data set. Okay, so it tries to, that is generator tries to fool the discriminator to think that, that is, it wants the discriminator to think that the data coming from the generator is actually not coming from the generator, but it is coming from the original data set. Okay, so this is the main objective of the generator network. So if you see, this is basically the block diagram of generative adversarial networks. So here we have two different models. The first one is discriminator model, just now we discussed, and the second one is generator model. Okay, so what is the role of discriminator? As we have discussed just now, to discriminate between two different classes and produce the result whether it is fake or not fake, that is real. Okay, so what is the duty? To produce or to discriminate between two different classes, that is the input data it is getting, it will try to discriminate and it produce the result output as 0. Okay, if it is a fake information or fake data, and it produces output 1 if it is not fake, that is if it is a actually a real information. Okay, now what is the role of generator network now here? So this is our generator network, right? So this generator network, what it will do, it will take the distribution Z. This is our distribution Z. Okay, if you remember our if you remember our class about Z, that is small z is sampled from capital Z. Okay, so this is actually our Z. Okay, that is the distribution Z, which is taken from here, and we produce a distribution D dash here. Okay, so we take the Z from here, we pass this through the generator, okay, and then we produce a distribution D dash through this generator block. Okay, so this is what actually generator do. The generator generates fake samples. And now if you see here, these are our real samples, which are represented using the alphabet capital D. Okay, this also we discussed, right? So these real samples are represented by capital D. Now, what is the target of this discriminator? So the target of this discriminator is to distinguish the samples from D and D dash. This is D dash, right? We got this D dash from here. So the target of this discriminator is to distinguish the samples D from D dash, and it produce output as 0. That's what we have discussed. If it is fake, okay, that is if the output comes from D dash, okay, if the discriminator correctly identifies that the input comes from the D dash, then it will give the output as 0. Okay, and the discriminator produces the output 1 if its input is coming from the real samples D. Okay, so 1 if it is not fake, that is real, and 0 if it is a fake one. Now, so if the decision which is made by this discriminator is wrong, then what actually happens? Now a feedback takes place. Okay, so just if you see here, now D is going to discriminate the input, right? So if it is actually a fake one, it produces 0, and if it is original one, it produces 1. Okay, so this is what actually the discriminator is intended to do. But if the discriminator is not going to do like this, that is if the decision made by the discriminator is wrong, that is if it is going to get the fake input, okay, but it is telling that this is the original input, then the decision made by the discriminator is obviously wrong, right? So if this decision is wrong, then what actually happens here will be is a feedback. So here, if you see here, this is our decision. Is the value of this discriminator correct? That is the prediction of discrimination correct, or is the classification of the discrimination correct? If it is not correct, then what actually happens? Back propagation will take place in the form of fine tuning. Okay, so fine tuning of the discriminator model and also fine tuning of the generator model takes place with the help of back propagation. సో ఇక్కడ వరకు క్లియర్ కదా గైస్, అర్థమైంది కదా? So when the decision is wrong, when the discriminator decision is wrong, okay, now fine tuning of this discriminator model and fine tuning of this generator model will be done with the help of back propagation. Okay, so we already know that these discriminator model and the generator model are neural networks. Okay, this is what we have discussed, right? So how we are going to do the back propagation, that is how we are going to do the fine tuning. So we are going to do the fine tuning by adjusting the weights and biases, by adjusting the weights and biases of this discriminator model and this generator model. So we'll adjust the weights of the discriminator neural network and the generator neural network. Now, here this one, the latent space, which is represented by small z and which is sampled from the capital Z, okay, which is the distribution, random distribution. The small z is sampled from capital Z, which is the random distribution, and we know that these are the real samples X, okay. So this one, so this X is take sampled from original distribution capital D, right? So this is how actually the overall I mean working of this generative adversarial networks, okay. సో అర్థమైంది అందరికి. సో ఎలా వర్క్ అవుతుంది ఏంటి అనేది అర్థమైంది కదా. నైస్, అందరికి అర్థమైంది కదా. ఓకే, సో వీ షల్ మూవ్ టు ద నెక్స్ట్ వన్. ఓకే, సో ఇఫ్ యూ సీ హియర్, let us now look over this MNIST fashion data set. Okay, so this is our MNIST fashion data set. So we have MNIST numbers data set and we have MNIST fashion data set and all. Actually, we use these data sets as benchmarking for these machine learning algorithms. That is, we will test them on these data sets. Okay, so here we are taking as an example of this MNIST fashion data set. Okay, so we'll see how actually these GANs are represented. That is how actually this GAN is going to work if we are going to deal with this MNIST fashion dataset. So the representation which you are seeing on the screen, okay, is actually the internal representation of GAN. Okay, so this is the internal representation of GAN with respect to this MNIST fashion dataset. Okay. Now, so this one is our MNIST fashion data set. This data set forms a distribution D. Okay, originally we discussed about the original distribution. So this is our MNIST data set and this forms our original distribution D. Now all the images which are present in this MNIST data set, okay, so which are present in this MNIST fashion data set are represented by random variable X, that is X which is sampled from original distribution D. That is, this is our original data set and all the images which are present in this one, okay, are represented with the help of a random variable X. Okay, so here this random variable X is having a dimension of 28 by 28. Okay, now, so if you see, oh, we have an MNIST data set here and this is a real sample which is taken from this MNIST data set. So this is one of the instances of this random variable X which is represented by capital X is equal to small x. So this capital X is nothing but all the instances of this MNIST dataset and this is our small x, which is we have taken one real sample from this random variable capital X. Okay. Now, so how we can represent this one? How we can represent this one? Capital X is equal to small x, which is sampled from original distribution D. Okay, so this is how we represent this particular one. Okay, the next thing is our generator network. So this is our generator network. This is represented in terms of a neural network. As already told, this generator network and this discriminator network both are represented in terms of neural network. So this we call this as generator network. So what this generator network will do now? This generator network it transforms the random variable which is nothing but small z. Okay, and this small z is sampled from capital Z. Okay, the small z is sampled from capital Z, and it transforms this random variable small z into g of z, this one. Okay, into g of z. So this g of z transformation happens through this generator network. So this g of z is represented as a fake sample. Okay, so this fake sample, this g of z, is sampled from an approximate distribution which is represented by d dash. Okay, so this one, so z of z is sampled from now d dash, so which we represent like this. Next, so this is our discriminator model. Now this is our discriminator model, or simply we can call it as a discriminator. సార్ కొంచెం నెమ్మదిగా మాట్లాడరా, లేదు కొంచెం నెమ్మదిగా. So this is our discriminator model actually. So what this discriminator model will do? This discriminator model will discriminate this g of z. So we got this g of z right here. So this discriminator model will discriminate this g of z which is represented by a fake sample. Okay, so this discriminator model discriminates this g of z, the fake sample, and the samples which are coming from our real data set. Okay, so it takes both this real sample and the fake sample, and then it produces an output. This discriminator network produces an output. So what output does it produce? So it produces 0. Okay, if the sample is coming from d dash, and it produces 1 if the sample is coming from our original distribution d. Okay, so if the samples come from d dash, okay, this produces output 0. If the sample is coming from original distribution d, it produces output 1. Okay, so now if this discriminator makes some mistake here in discriminating this one, that is if the discriminator does any mistake in discriminating these inputs, then it has to adjust its parameters. As this is a neural network, this adjusts its parameter in terms of weights and biases. Okay, so now we are going to retrain the system. Okay, we adjust these weights and biases, and then we retrain the system, and we try to achieve the desired output, that is correct output. So what is the objective of discriminator? Okay, the objective of discriminator is for fake sample it should produce 0, and for real sample it should produce 1. Okay, so until we get this desired output, we are going to train this discriminator network, that is by adjusting the weights and biases. So this desired output of correctly classifying these images which are coming from the real samples or fake samples will be done here. Okay, so one important point we have to note here is the discriminator objective is to distinguish between the real sample and the fake sample. Okay, so very important thing this one. So this discriminator objective is to distinguish between the real samples and the fake samples. Okay, now what is the objective of this generator network? Okay, the objective of generator network is to produce fake samples, isn't it? So this is the fake sample produced by the generator network. So not just generating the fake sample, the main objective of this generator network is to, okay, produce the fake samples which are as close as possible to these real samples. Okay, this is actually the main objective, right? So this generator network wants to produce the fake samples, that is d dash, okay, which are as close as possible to the real samples. Okay, so the generator tries to fool this discriminator network. Okay, so that the discriminator fails to distinguish between this real sample and the fake samples. So now, if the producer, no, not the producer. Now, if the discriminator network produces an output which is neither 0 nor 1. Okay, why we are telling it is neither 0 nor 1? If the output is 0, the discriminator says that it is a fake sample. If the output is 1, the discriminator says that it is a real sample. But if the discriminator produces neither 0 nor 1 means now the discriminator is unable to identify whether this sample is coming from the generator network or whether this sample is coming from the original data set. Okay, that is at this point of time, if it cannot decide, then it is what it is going to do, it is going to produce the value 0.5. Okay, so what is the meaning of getting 0.5? That is, the generator network is now unable to discriminate between the real sample and fake sample. That is, the not generator network, I'm sorry, the discriminator network is unable to identify the difference between the real sample and the fake sample. So here the generator network G, okay, is successfully, okay, here the generator network succeeded in successfully fooling this discriminator network. Okay, so this in this way the generator network has achieved its objective, isn't it? So the generator network's objective is to create these fake samples which are as close as possible to this real samples. That is, D dash is as close as possible to D. Okay, so this is how our so this is how our GANs actually work. ఓకే నాన్న అర్థమైందా ఈ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అర్థమైంది కదా మీ అందరికి గైస్ అర్థమైందా
Yes, sir.
okay so now what we'll see is that as we discussed that the decision made by this discriminator network will be sometimes wrong. That is, it has to produce 0 for the fake one and 1 for the real one. But if we do not do this kind of if we do not produce this kind of output, then obviously what we have to do, we have to adjust the weights and biases of this discriminator network and weights and biases of this generator network. Okay, so this we are going to do, that is this fine tuning we are going to do in terms of back propagation. So now we are going to discuss about the learning mechanism. So what is learning mechanism? It is actually learning the weights and biases of these neural networks. So this discriminator is a neural network and this generator is a neural network. Okay, learning the weights and biases of these neural networks in this discriminator and generator network. So this learning actually happens with the help of back propagation. So here the GAN is comprised of, or it is composed of the generator network and discriminator network. We know that. Okay. So one important thing we have to remember is each of these networks, that is, we have discriminator network and generator network, they are held constant when we try to train the other network. That is, I'll make it more clear. That is, when we are training the generator network, we make the discriminator network constant, and when we are training the discriminator network, we make the generator network constant. Okay, so this is very important point we have to remember. Okay, so let us first of all see about how we are going to train the discriminator network. Okay, so here the discriminator is having two outputs, that is, one output is 0 and the other output is 1. So this discriminator D, as we discussed, is used to distinguish the real instances from the fake. I mean the real instances from the fake instances. If it is fake, it is 0. If it is real, it is 1. Okay, so if you see these fake instances, so here these are the real instances and these are the fake instances, and we are going to call it as some artificial instances because these instances are actually generated from the generator network. Okay, now these real instances, if you see these real instances, these are obtained actually from the MNIST dataset, that is MNIST dataset. Okay, and these instances are the samples of the distribution D. Okay, now we'll see how training of this discriminator actually takes place. Okay, so how we are going to train the discriminator? Now we feed the noise vector, this one. We feed the noise vector into this generator. Okay, and then after feeding, this generator produces the artificial instances. So we are going to label these artificial instances as y equal to 0 because these are actually the fake samples. Okay, these artificial instances are actually the fake samples. And we also take these real instances also, and we are going to label them as y is equals to 1 because these are our real samples. Okay, now we feed these artificial instances, that is fake instances and real instances, into the discriminator, and the discrimination distinguishes between these fake samples and real samples. Okay, so as we remembered, when we are going to train this generator, we fix the discriminator. Okay, but presently we are training the discriminator, so we fix the generator here. Okay, so here what actually happens is, okay, so if we see here, 1 minute, guys, presentation visible గానే ఉంది కదా? నా నెట్వర్క్ ఏదో తేడాగా ఉంది అనిపిస్తుంది.
Yes, sir. కనిపిస్తుంది సార్.
కనిపిస్తుంది కదా?
Yes, sir.
ఓకే 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 ఓకే. వస్తాను సార్, 10 minutes లో వచ్చేస్తాను. చూసాను మీరు వెళ్తున్నారా? వచ్చేస్తాను, 5 minutes లో వచ్చేస్తాను. ఓకేనా? ఓకే ఓకే. ఎక్కడి వరకు ఉన్నాము? వేర్ ఆర్ వి? ఓకే, so this is how we take the artificial instances and the real instances, and the discriminator is going to tell whether it is fake or real. Okay, that's it. Okay, now this is how we train the discriminator. Actually training the discriminator is very easy because this is only simply a classification task, right? So a simple CNN with two output nodes can simply classify whether it is a correct image or a fake image, like this. Okay, so this is how we are going to train this discriminator, but the actual thing lies in training the generator network. So when we train this generator network, we keep the discriminator fixed. That is, we are not going to update the weights and bias of this discriminator network when we are training this generator network. Okay, so why we are going to keep this fixed? Okay, so when we are training the generator network, why we are trying to keep this fixed means, now we don't want our discriminator model to become very much strong to be beaten by this generator network. Okay, so actually our generator network aim is to beat the discriminator network by producing some fake samples which are similar to the original samples. So when we are training this one, okay, now we fix the discriminator constant. Okay, that is the reason why we put one model constant when we are training the other model, I mean other network. Okay, so once we fix this particular discriminator model, now we again now create the noise instance here, and we take the small z value from this one, we take the small z value from this one, and this small z is taken from the capital Z. Okay, so now after taking this one, we convert them into this artificial intelligence which are given through the generator network. And now we want our discriminator, this one, so we want our discriminator. Okay, so we want our discriminator to get fooled by this particular image and produce the output as y is equal to 1. Okay, so this is why we have written this value as y is equal to 1. Okay, so the main aim of generator network is to fool this discriminator network so that it produces the output as y equal to 1. That is, we want this discriminator network to think that the image or the information which it got from the generator network as a real one. Okay, so for that is the reason we made the value y is equal to 1 here. Okay, even though it is an artificial instance. Okay, so in this way we make our generator very smart. Okay, so that it can fool the discriminator and it makes the discriminator to produce the output 1. Okay, so if the discriminator fails to do this, okay, that is if the discriminator cannot produce output as y is equal to 1, then the error is now again back propagated. Okay, the error is now again back propagated. Okay, you got it, guys. So just 2 minutes. 1 minute, sir. 1 minute, 2 minutes కూడా కాదు, ఉండండి వచ్చేస్తాను. Okay, okay, see here, guys. I'm sorry, 1 minute. Okay, so if the discriminator fails to do this discrimination, now the error is again back propagated and the weights of, I mean this one, when it fails to do, the error is again back propagated and the weights and biases of this generator are adjusted. So the generator becomes even more intelligent and it again tries to produce this artificial instances as close as possible to the image in the original MNIST dataset. So once the generator network or once the generator neural network is able to achieve this, that is once the generator network output, that is D dash, is nearly equal to D, approximately equal to D, then the discriminator will now give the output as 0.5. Then the generator now successfully succeeded in fooling this discriminator. Okay, so what is the meaning of this 0.5 as output? Now the discriminator is confused whether the data is coming from this artificial instance or whether it is coming from the real instance. Okay, so at this point of time, this generator network is successful in achieving the desired objective of generative adversarial network. That is, we approximated D dash with D. So in this manner, we train the generator network. Okay, so this is all about how we train the discriminator and generator networks in generative adversarial network. So with this, we have completed our discussion on GANs. Okay.